Moraira's property market is going absolutely crazy. The prices are going up 10% every year, and that's been happening for at least 5 years now, which is absolutely crazy when you consider that the Spanish national average for property increases has been 5% for the past 5 years. So Moraira is outpacing the national average by double, which is crazy, and it just shows how much people are wanting to come to Moraira, live in Moraira. It just shows how much this place is up and coming, and if you don't get yourself on the property ladder there now, it's going to just get harder and harder and harder. This video, however, is here to help you navigate around that and still be able to find somewhere in Moraira that's affordable and below market value. If you stick around to the end of this video, I'm going to tell you how you can find a bargain, and we're also actually going to deep dive in and have a look at a couple of properties that are on the market right now that I think are absolute winners. So why is Moraira so interesting, and why are the property prices increasing so quickly? Well, it's such an interesting place because it's one of the most beautiful places in the Costa Blanca. In fact, over the whole of mainland Spain. In fact, it's got beaches there that rival Ibiza's for sure. El Portet Beach, one of the best in the world probably, and if you want to see that, wait till the end of this video. But then I actually have a video for El Portet Beach on my channel, so once you've watched this one you can go and have a look at that. Anyway, why is it so up and coming, Moraira? Well, at the moment, even though prices are high with property prices, everything else is actually very affordable for such a well sought after destination. You can find food, drinks, very cheap really, for one of the probably best destinations in the whole world. And what do I mean by that? I mean that you can find top quality restaurants at very affordable prices. So if you've ever been to Moraira, or you go quite regularly, you're going to know these restaurants that I list off here. So first, my favourite is Casa Lily. So that is an Asian restaurant, Chinese, Thai food, that kind of thing. Now the food quality here is exceptional. The service is exceptional. It runs like clockwork. If you've ever been, you'll know what I mean. And the price of the food is astronomically low, in my opinion. You can get like a sharing platter there, 5 courses, duck pancakes, all the not like cheap stuff. You get duck pancakes, you get well, there's different choices of things, but it's not technically cheap food or what you would associate as cheap food. And you can get this 5-course meal all under 20 euros with a drink included, and everything on the menu is very accessible. There's nothing that's overly priced. On to the next, El Yoc, which is it's like a Spanish cuisine tapas restaurant, but you can get different food. You can get pizzas and that kind of thing, but that is on the main stretch near Lampoya, which is the beach in Moraira. And again, reasonably priced food, fantastic view, and yeah, exceptional food. Then on the other side of Moraira, you've got Cabana and Algas as one, and they're great for going for a drink or going for some lunch. And again, there's not that many restaurants in Moraira that are, say, very pricey. Then you've got El Portet, which there's not really that many like dining options down there. You've got Manette, which is it's like an house. There is a restaurant at the back, but if you're on the beach there, it's like a cafe. But from there, from Manette, you can get a really, really good English breakfast with hash browns, proper bacon, and that's 11 euros, which is again so cheap. With that, you get orange juice and a coffee. So that would be my pick if you go there. If you go into Portet for an evening meal, there is restaurants on the other side, but I'll be honest with you, I'd stick to Moraira for that. So yeah, loads of dining options. I've just covered a few there. But moving on, what it has also is 2 unbelievable beaches. So you've got Lampoya, which is like Moraira's main beach, which is really nice. It's bigger than El Portet. It's just that in the summertime, you can't really get a place on these beaches. And if I was gonna pick which beach I would go to over Lampoya and El Portet Beach, it would always be El Portet because it's just prettier. However, it's a smaller beach, so again, you're going to struggle to get a place there in summer. However, in the winter times, or even spring and autumn, both beaches will have space on them. But El Portet is by far prettier. Crystal blue waters, like reminds me of Ibiza. Definitely one of the best beaches in the world, and I am not joking about that. Remember, at the end of this video, you can go and have a look at that on my channel. Okay, so how fast have these properties actually been going up? Well, like I said before, they've been going up at around 10% for the past 5 years, and Angel and Volkers, which is an estate agent, obviously all over Europe, but Angel and Volkers of Moraira actually did the numbers on it, and it ranges between 9 and 11% for the past 5 years. Now, they're predicting that it's going to continue to rise at that level. Can you be sure that it's going to continue to rise at that level? Well, you can't be sure of anything, but what I will say is Moraira is a very small town. They don't really have that much land to develop near Moraira, and even, you know, if they did, the way that development's going in Spain at the moment, the actual time it's taking them to develop these properties, like, they just simply cannot keep up with demand. Unless something changes drastically, which it isn't doing. I mean, they have developments going on there right now that have been sat for 3-4 years. Don't know why. I have got an opinion on it. I'll give my opinion on it. My opinion is that they just don't have basically the contractors to finish the work, because in Spain, the wages are low and they just don't attract talent from other places, and they just don't have enough Spanish construction workers to actually do the work that needs doing. Imagine how much construction actually needs doing in Spain. It's so popular with tourists, everyone's flocking there, they need to build, but they don't have the numbers to do it, and they make it very difficult for people from other countries to come and actually work there. So even if you did get builders from other countries wanting to come and work there, which they don't because wages are so low, then it would be really difficult for them anyway. So the Spanish government has to pull the finger out and do something about that, but that isn't going to happen anytime soon. So what does that mean? Prices are going to skyrocket, because when demand is high and supply is low. So is there any bargains still to be found? There are, and it's where do you look for those bargains? Well, Idealista is one of them, but when something gets put onto Idealista for everyone to see, then you kind of lose the touch with it a little bit, because if it's a bargain, then someone's going to snap it up, someone's going to find it and they're going to snap it up. So the best thing, and my advice, is that you need to make, if you're serious about buying there, you need to make connections with estate agents that are over there. How do you do this? Well, not by phone calls. You need to go. So you need to book a bunch of viewings. Doesn't have to be with the intention of buying them. If you're English, you want to book with an English estate agent. If you're Dutch, you want to book with a Dutch estate agent, and you want to go and see these properties, and you want to position yourself and tell them exactly what you're looking for and what position you're in to buy. So if you're a cash buyer, then brilliant. You can position yourself and say, I'm looking for something that's below the market value, that's a really good deal, but I'm willing to go quickly because I've got cash to spend. Now, Moraira and places in Spain that are full of expats and people from other countries that have bought properties, they're fantastic places to find bargains. Why? Because people are buying them, okay, and then they might go on holiday there, they might hold them, and for whatever reason, they don't want the property anymore. They never go there. They have to sell because of family problems. So these properties are on the market in Spain, but the people that own them are in different countries. So what happens? The estate agent gets more control over who to sell the property to, because the estate agent is the only person in the country on the ground. It's not like being back home in the UK. If you were selling a house, you'd have control, you can go and see the property with the people buying it. It's not like that. The estate agents in Spain get more control over who to sell the property to. So if you position yourself to that estate agent as someone that's willing to buy, wants to buy, and you can be friendly with them, they're more likely to pass this property over to you. Okay, now I'm going to delve into a couple of properties that are on Idealista and that I think have the most potential from what I've seen in Moraira so far. So, the first property is this detached house in El Portet. So it's like between Moraira and El Portet, this one. It's positioned pretty well. And it's been on for a little while. Obviously you can see that it's got work that needs doing to it. To be honest, it needs completely renovating. Everything needs doing to it, which is good, because that means that you can get a bargain. It's got no pool, which means that you can add a pool. Now, pools add so much money onto these villas. Are they expensive to put in? Not really. They're about 15 to 20,000 euro right now. So although this is priced at 430, it's been on a while. I think you can get this property for 400 easily. Okay? Because in Spain, it's very normal to barter. It's very normal to bring the price down. And then you would need to spend at least 100,000 euros on it. Definitely. 100,000 euros to bring it up to a great standard. Once this is done, this property is going to be worth way more than 500,000. If you put a pool in it and you renovate that to a good standard for 100,000 euro, then this property is going to be worth between 600,000 and 700,000 euros. So you've made money and you've got yourself a fantastic home in Moraira. Now, the second property that I've picked out is in Portet, but it's set right back from the sea, but not too far. It's still in walking distance. But I've picked this one because of the size and the price of it. 950,000 euros is really cheap in El Portet. Really cheap. It's got a pool, it's got 5 bedrooms. As you can see, it doesn't need work, but you can put your own touch on it because there's certain parts of the house that are a little bit dated. The kitchen could be changed, and it just means the bathrooms could be changed. It just means you can put your own stamp on it, okay? Which is what you want to do anyway. So I think this is a fantastic buy. 5 bedrooms. The rent that you would get for that in summer as well, if you wanted to rent that out to a family throughout the summer, would be astronomical. You're talking probably 4,000 or 5,000 euros a week for such a big property such as that. So I think that those two properties right now for what's on the market are two pretty good deals. So that's food for thought. So what's the future looking like for Moraira? In one word, bright. Very bright, because people, basically the cat's out of the bag with the place now. People know that it's a beautiful place. People know it's got great restaurants. People know that it's got great people. People know that there's a lot of retirees there. There's a big expat community. It's not just summer anymore. People are living there year round, and this is a big pull for people because the Dutch, the English, the Germans, they're moving there. They're not just going for holidays anymore. They are moving there full time. So while there is no data and why we can't predict that it will definitely continue to rise at 10% every year, the chances are it's going to continue to rise at that pace. So if you want to get onto the property ladder, there you need to act as fast as possible. If you need any help with that, get in touch with me. I know estate agents over there. I can give you their personal number and they can help you with that process. And that is all from me. I don't have anything more to add. But if you've got any questions for me, or let me know, I'll leave my email in the description. And thank you for watching the video, and I will see you in the next one.